Good day to everybody. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we challenged ourselves that right amidst the current pandemic and quarantine, is it possible for us to still discover what Dr. Selye, the father of modern stress research, what he calls the spice of life? And I asked you as a homework assignment yesterday to speak to someone you trust about just that. How is it that you can find some way, even amidst the current circumstances, to find some foundation in something that's meaningful to you, something that creates purpose, something that's of potential value to you? So let me ask you, how'd that go? If you haven't done it, I encourage you to have that conversation. I'll tell you one thing, the Vitality Project, we have multiple group meetings each week. They're private group meetings online. You can find out about it by going to vitalityproject.live, because I'd love you to join in. In these group meetings, what I've noticed is that virtually every group participant has been able to find genuine and oftentimes surprising benefits, which have arisen even amidst the stress and the loss and the limitation entailed in this current pandemic and the quarantine that's connected to it. Let me give you some examples. One group member commented, "I found a way through online communication technology, which has been required because of the current quarantine. I found a way to connect with my adult son where talking in real time hasn't worked very well." Another group participant said, "I've actually found myself more able to have difficult conversations with loved ones because we're one step removed," again, owing to talking in this person's case through Skype technology. Another person reflected, "I'm beginning to realize that my previous way of being, which is a bit on the hyper side, no longer suits me, and I don't plan to return to that pace even when the quarantine lifts." Finally, for now, another group member said, "I'm back to my regular meditation practice now that I'm home more. I still work the same amount, but I'm not driving several hours a day, and so it gives me extra time to do things like mindfulness practice." That's just a few examples of people beginning to find things that are meaningful, that can be kind of pulled out of the circumstances and really can make a positive difference. For today's homework assignment, I'd like to ask you to identify one behavior, it can even be an attitude, that you've noticed to be shifting, only if just a little bit, during these past few weeks of what amounts to nearly universal quarantine. And I want to say a special comment here to first responders or other essential workers that have been identified as needing to be working during this time, and the idea of quarantine does not fully apply. I want to ask even you, out of, first of all, great gratitude and respect to you, I want to ask you, have you noticed, even as you have needed to go to work every day, have you noticed that some of your previous behaviors or attitudes, that they themselves may be gradually shifting, even amidst your having to continue to be active during a time of quarantine and limitation? Ask yourself that question. See if you can identify one behavior or one attitude that's morphing right now, and we'll come back tomorrow and let's see what we find. Thanks for joining me. Please stay safe, be well. I'll see you tomorrow here at the Vitality Project.